Well, we've come to the big climax in the story of Elijah. Now he confronts the king and invites the whole nation to Mount Carmel, the high spot of the story. And there, alone, he will confront all the prophets of Baal and confront all the shambles that Israel has got itself into. It's interesting how God is happy for the story often to focus on one individual, whether it be Moses, confronted by Pharaoh, the Red Sea, all the impossibility of it, and there Moses wins the day. Joshua, through Jordan, walls of Jericho come down. David, against the mighty Goliath. It's as though God is preparing us for something, that one man is going to win a great battle. He wants us to understand this. So the whole nation focuses on one man. And here's Elijah. He confronts the prophets of Baal and he says, look, let the God who answers by fire, let him be the authentic God. Let's stop all the talk. Let God stand for himself. Let God vindicate who he is. And God is happy with this arrangement. The believer is in touch with the living God, who is more than happy to endorse his people by answering prayer. It's so important, dear friends, that we learn this. God will vindicate his own name. He will answer prayer. And so this brings the story to this climax, that the prophets of Baal, first of all, they go first, as it were. They start calling upon their God. They start jumping around and screaming. In the end, they're cutting themselves. It's like, get rid of the guilt. Do damage to yourself. I remember once I was in India and I saw a man walking down the street, literally whipping himself, and he was called a holy man, trying to deal with guilt. Thank God for Jesus. But here they were, trying to get a hearing in heaven. And there's no answer from Baal at all. Nothing. In the end, Elijah is mocking them, saying, oh, shout louder. Perhaps he's asleep. And then he steps forward. And it says he made an altar of 12 stones. He's reminding these people of their distinctive relationship with God. The 12 tribes of Israel, this unique people that God has chosen and loved. You know, when they crossed Jordan, they took 12 stones out from the river and they built that into a kind of altar to remind themselves of who they were. When the high priest went into the presence of God, he had a breastplate with 12 beautiful stones. This people that God has covenant relationship with. Elijah builds this altar. Great symbolism here. And pours water on it to show there's no cheating going on here. And then calls out and says, oh God, you show that I am your servant. You God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, demonstrate that you are the true God. And fire falls from heaven. The fire of heaven touches earth. Now that's happened. It happened in David's day. It happened in the temple. It happened on the day of Pentecost. God answered by fire from heaven. That's what we're looking for. The God who answers by fire. Vindicates his chosen people, the ones he delights in. I'd just like to say one more thing before we close the story, because as I said at the beginning, it's like it's all pointing to one man. It reminds us of another great battle. Another mountain, not Carmel, but Calvary. And there another one man carried his cross. Here it's so different though. Here, instead of apparently winning, he's apparently losing. And instead of he, like Elijah, mocking them, they're mocking him. If you're the Son of God, come down. He said he delights in him. Where's this God? They mock him. They say, well, this looks all wrong. Goliath's supposed to fall, not David. Jesus is supposed to win, not lose. And they shout out, he saved others, he can't save himself. That was the key, actually. he could not save himself because he was busy saving others. On the cross, he disarmed principalities and powers, making a show of them, triumphing over them in the cross. It was hidden. He could not come down, but he was winning such a victory, cancelling all the handwriting that was against us, disarming the principalities and powers. Our great Jesus, apparently losing, but then exonerated, vindicated, raised up, enthroned, full of glory. And on the day of Pentecost, the fire fell. Beloved, this is the one we serve, the one who carried history alone and won a great battle for us. Let's celebrate him. Let's live for him for another day. God be with you through this day.